It was Chevy's answer to the Ford Bronco, a fun-having, carefree off-roader for the adventurer in all of us. From conquering the rugged forests of the American West to mudding the deepest bogs of the South, this thing can do it all. This is everything you need to know to get up to speed on the Chevy Blazer. Driving today, one look around will show you just how plentiful SUVs and trucks have become. They are everywhere! But rewind to the 60s and things were a little different. Trucks were used for work, like on a farm, and SUVs pretty much didn't exist. If you were a fun outdoorsy type like Bart, the best thing you could get was a Jeep, which is about as comfortable as going to war. You know, that thing that they were designed to do. The Jeep sold though, and soon others were jumping on the bandwagon. First, the International Harvester Corporation with their Scout in 1960, and then Ford with their Bronco in 1966. With Ford joining the fray, it was only a matter of time before those bow tie boys at Chevy hopped in the game. Come 1969, guys, Chevrolet cobbled together their own entry into the new two-door off-road utility vehicle market and decided to name it something badass. The Blazer, which coincidentally was my nickname in high school. While Ford, Jeep, and International had all gone through the trouble of designing specific vehicles and platforms to use for their two-door off-road trucks, Chevy kind of phoned in their design. The two-door Blazer was just a chopped-down Suburban, which was a closed-body utility vehicle that was itself built off the light-duty truck of the day, the K10. By building the Blazer directly off of their truck line, Chevy's two-door off-roadster was more robust and durable than its rivals. This macho-ness would come to represent what Blazers were all about: stump pulling, towing, and mudding. The Blazer could do it all, just like a truck, while offering the style of two doors and the awesomeness of the wind in your hair. While all first-generation Blazers had no roofs, most arrived at dealer lots with either a soft top or detachable hardtop. People loved the combination of relative comfort and go-anywhere ability of the truck-based vehicle. Customers could choose from a range of engines, from a big straight 6 at the bottom to an eventual 400 cubic inch V8. The Blazer went from selling less than 5,000 trucks in its first year to nearly 45,000 just 4 years later. In 1973, Chevrolet released the new Blazer. This second-gen Blazer had updated looks and maintained the same basic design as the original. Two doors, top that comes off, and most of the time four-wheel drive. In 1976, Chevy decided to tweak the formula by adding a roof. With pesky concerns like passenger safety and weatherproofing, Chevrolet fully enclosed the cab, like a pickup. Also in 1976, Chevy quietly introduced what may be the coolest special edition truck ever, the Blazer Chalet. These trucks featured what was essentially a dealer-installed pop-up camper. It's a truck you can smash in. 1976 continued to be a big year for the Blazer, as not only did it get a bed in its bed, it also received attention from the US military. After some tweaks here and a slap of paint there, the US military's M1009 military truck was born. While the M1009 was slower than its civilian counterpart, the truck proved to be perfect for military use. Chevy would go on to produce the second generation Blazer for a total of 18 years, all the way to 1991. That's pretty much forever in terms of a single model being produced, which is weird because Chevrolet and GMC introduced a totally new Blazer version in 1992. This truck was smaller, based on the S10 mini truck rather than the K10 full-size pickup. This baby Blazer, the reggae-themed sequel to 2017's Boss Baby, introduced a new formula to the Blazer name: downsizing. The S10-based Blazer was powered by either a 2-liter 4-banger or a 2.8-liter V6. Customers liked the downsized Blazer because of one important thing: it was still a Blazer, just smaller. And in 1991, Chevy finally pulled production of the old K10, preparing to finally release a new Blazer based on their new truck. At the same time, the S10 Blazer was the first Blazer to receive 4 doors, to compete with new vehicles like Jeep's 4-door Grand Cherokee. To prove that the S in SUV stood for sport, Chevy produced a special edition S10 Blazer between 1991 and 1993 called
the luxurious high-performance Typhoon.
While badged and sold as a GMC, the Typhoon was Blazer through and through. The major difference between a normal Blazer and a Typhoon? A big honking turbo! The Typhoon made 280 horsepower and a ton of torque. What did this mean? It meant 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds and a quarter mile in the 13s. This thing was faster than Ferraris at the time, and it's a friggin' SUV. More doors, more power, and more brands seem to be just what the people wanted because the S10 Blazer sales and SUV sales in general continued to increase. By 1994, Chevy customers had a smorgasbord of SUVs to choose from. So Chevy tried to simplify things. The full-size Blazer was now simply called a Tahoe, and the S10 Blazer got a redesign and became simply the Blazer. This new Blazer was the same as the old S10 formula. The bodywork was refreshed and the 4.3 liter V6 now became the only power plant available. The Blazer soldiered on essentially unchanged until 1999 when Chevy released the limited edition TRAILBLAZER package in recognition of the Blazer's outdoorsy nature. This special edition package would prove so popular that in 2002, Chevy would name the Blazer's successor the Trailblazer. Why name it the Trailblazer instead of simply keeping it the Blazer name? Think about it, guys. By naming the new SUV the Trailblazer, the company was able to continue selling the older Blazer at the same time. The Trailblazer lived up to the macho pedigree of previous Blazers. Sure, it had 4 doors and a roof to keep the rain out, but its off-road functionality and no-nonsense suspension would keep the Blazer spirit alive. Yo, we make videos like almost every day. If you want to see all of them, hit this circle right here. It's a subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on any donut content, do you? You like rugged, outdoorsy type cars? Check out this up to speed on the Land Cruisers. You want to know how superchargers work? Check out this video of Science Garage. I love you. Just stay in your arms tonight.